Alright guys, guess who's back? It's me. Alright, so this time for psychology, I'm going to be talking about the book Anthem. Yes, I know. So exciting. If you guys have read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically in this book, there is this boy named Equality 7-2521. Yes, that is his name. I know. Crazy, right? Well, he gets into a little bit of a tiff with the Council of Vocations. Boo, I know. Shame on them. He is not supposed to be an individual at all, and he basically goes down and he finds this secret tunnel, and he starts writing about his life up until that point. And it's a really interesting read because he explains, the Council of Vocations does not allow you to write unless it's for them. Who do they think they are? Well, he ends up in a bit of a tiff with them because, he was talking about how he doesn't want to be a street sweeper anymore, which was his job that he was assigned to do for the rest of his life. He wants to be a scholar, and he excels at school. He does so good, and you might think now, that is so awesome, you excel, I wish I was you. No, that is not what they were taught. When they were little, they were taken from their moms, so they don't know who their moms are, and they were raised in this community home. And what happens is they teach them from the start, when they're little, you go with the group, and you're all for the group. Because if you go against us and you're not with us, we'll come after you. And they've instilled that fear in them since they were little. So he tries really hard to do everything he can to conform and be like everybody else, but he just can't. So when he was out street sweeping one day, he saw this girl from across the way, and she was out working in the fields. She's a 17-year-old peasant girl, servant girl, kind of like really low in the classes. And he describes her as like the most beautiful thing he's ever seen, like gorgeous gold blonde hair, dark eyes, like total ideal lady for him. And he ends up in a bit of trouble because you're not supposed to think about them at all. Like, you can't let anybody know you're thinking about something else. So he and her both actually end up in a tiff with the Council of Vocations because they end up trying to escape together, which, not good. And they come after them. So once Equality and Liberty 5-3000 are out and they have escaped, they kind of are able to do things in their own way, which is so exciting for them, because they're like, yeah, we get to do things our own way, like everything's working out great now, even though they're on the run because they're still coming after them. So I can't tell you the rest because it'll be a total spoiler alert, but the way that I pictured it in my head was very kind of like gray and sad and kind of gloomy and depressing, really, up until they escaped. And in the end of the book, when you get so much detail about the surroundings and what they're doing and what they find and all the things they go through together, because it's a huge color splash, it's like whoosh, like, oh, it's great, just great. And I won't tell you what happens though, that's a total no, can't do that. But it's really interesting to see these characters grow together as two, because they start off as someone who tries to conform all the time, and they end up moving forward into being their own person, which was so cool for me because I got to watch them go from point A to point B in one book. Like, it was a really cool thing. And it definitely falls under the theory for belongingness, like 100% without a doubt for me, because again, they're taught from when they were little, you conform, you do what the group does, because if you don't, that's a horrible thing and we don't like that. And they kind of put this fear in them that everybody's going to judge them and look at them as if they're outcasts and these horrible people. So, definitely that theory for me, which it's kind of a sad thing that they do that, but they did. That's the book. It ends good anyways, trust me. My favorite part of the book is in the beginning when he's talking about, writing is forbidden when it's for your own leisure, because that's when he explains, you know, about the Council of Vocations, about them, you know, not letting them write for their own pleasure, you know, kind of like, if you're not writing for us, whatever. But it's a really good book, so I would definitely recommend this to a friend. So friends, yes, my friends, go get one, please, because it is so good. And it would make me so excited if you got one, because I'd be able to talk about it with you, and it'd be so great. Well, that's it. Bye, guys.